the weather where you're at? Pretty hot?
It's warm. It's warm. The last temperature I looked at was 88, but when I walked up to the
Hmm.
store, it felt closer to about 95.
Oh, it hasn't even gotten out of the 60s here.
Really?
Hmm.
Dang.
Okay. I think that we are ready to go. We are
We are
live,
live.
live, live.
We are live.
Okay. Thank you, Kat, for letting us know. Hey, guys. Hi. I have with me here Bobby from the Ride Along Gang with the big longhorns on the truck. I
Yeah,
like that. I
yeah.
like that.
I've
Yeah.
had those on there for about 2.5 years now.
Nobody's taking them.
I thought I thought one time when I parked at the house. Now I did think that somebody got them there, but it was just the way the
Hmm.
sun was hitting them. You couldn't see them from the side.
Hmm. Oh my gosh. Well, they're beautiful. They're beautiful.
Thank
Yeah.
you
So,
and stuff like that. It depends on where you're
mhm.
located at.
Okay.
I know up in the
Okay.
Northwest, the regional drivers, there's just like 2 or 3 states they run in. That's it.
Well, I live in Wyoming, and I'm real close to Jackson Hole, and uh, just to get over, as the crow flies, about 15 miles, you have to
Yeah,
go all the way around, all the
yeah,
mountains. So you know how it is.
right, right.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what is kick a tire? I heard you say
What is
kick a tire.
kicking tires? Having to use the bathroom, having to go pee,
What? Oh,
having yeah.
okay. Okay. All right. I got that. Okay. Yeah.
So
Well, I
in,
go pee
instead
too.
of instead of saying that I've got to go pee all the time, it's just easier to say like, and that's actually CB lingo. So like if
Hmm.
you're running with another driver and you get on the CB and you're like, hey man, got to pull over and kick a tire. You may only be able to pull up at a rest area. What you're actually doing is out there. I feel like I'm yelling.
Oh, okay. You're buffering.
Okay, can you hear me the same? Is it better?
I can hear you better.
Oh no, no, no. I can't hear you. That took
Oh,
that took your sound away. Okay, so
okay.
I'll do it like this. I'll just speak up.
Okay. Okay. Hey, are we buffering?
Hang on a second. Oh, I lost the sound completely doing that. How did that happen?
I don't know. YouTube has been real wonky on me lately.
Okay, hang on. I might have to come back in because I lost sound completely when I did that. Hang on,
Okay.
hang on just a second. Wait a minute.
We're good. Okay, we're good. Okay. We were buffering, but we're good now. Okay. 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 Hey, if you need to refresh, y'all, go ahead and refresh. I have to watch after live. Hopefully that will be clear. Hey, Kevin, I think it's cleared up.
Man, I've lost sound completely.
Okay. You want to go out and come back in?
God, how did that happen?
I don't know.
Have mercy.
Okay, that's all right. We'll wait. I have sound issues all the time.
I don't know.
All
I
the
can't
time.
hear nothing.
Okay, you want to go out
Go
and
out
come
and come
back
back.
in? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. He's coming back, y'all. It's not just me. doesn't mean to take a shower, and clean does not mean to take a shower. Oh, Doc Wolf, thank you. Can you hear
Okay,
now?
I can hear you now. That I could barely. It sounded like you was over in my Bluetooth. Is what it sounded like, and it might have been. And I just didn't pick it up to see.
Hmm.
Um. Okay. Now the question of verticals and lines up on memberships. Okay. So they was like, "Oh, you're just into it for the money, right?" No. I had to run
Hmm.
that cooling down. I had to run the cool down process for about 4 weeks, I think.
On the restream, it will work itself out.
Maybe I don't. I've never done this. Yeah.
Okay. Please stand by. Yeah. Okay. Let me think here. I'm freezing. It's me.
Yeah. That's weird. Because you're
One
coming through
second.
better.
Let me turn off the internet. One moment. Okay. Let's see.
Todd blames Dennis.
Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe.
Mm,
Well, I thought maybe.
okay.
Is it going now, everybody?
Yeah. It looks like it. Okay. Well, you know what? Let's just continue on because
Okay.
I don't want to waste your time, Bobby. And then,
Went to the teachers, but it was somewhat what you would consider homeschooling. So I was
mhm,
like the only one in the class. Sometimes another person would come in. And
mhm.
I think that everybody should go into school. I don't think homeschooling should be a thing. I just you should be able to, or you should get out. You should be socialized better than
Mhm.
what you would be in homeschool.
Okay, I get it. I get it. And so, did you play any sports or anything?
No, my parents wouldn't let me do that. I'm a little guy. I was
Okay, well
always,
that's okay.
yeah, I was always like a foot smaller than everybody in my class. So my parents was like, "Nah, you'll just get out there and get hurt."
Okay.
Uh, it's like 24, 25 ish,
Okay.
something like that.
Okay. And was it difficult to get into?
No, day aside to where you're just out driving around in circles on the highway somewhere.
Hmm.
So
I
so they
see.
make it, yeah, they make it real easy to pass.
Okay. Okay. Now my son, he has a CDL, but he has a class B, I think. And you have a
Yeah,
class A? Okay.
yeah,
And the local uh bus, start bus in
yeah.
Jackson, that he got a job there and that's how he got his CDL. Yeah.
Okay.
And so yeah,
Yeah.
they paid for it. Yeah.
And yeah, you can go through the companies. The companies will do it. Um, but you have to go to some kind of, what is it? Accredited. You have to go to an accredited school now.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. And now I used to be a flight attendant, and every year on our graduation.
Or stuff like that.
Mhm.
And they're really cracking down on the whole blood pressure thing. That's
Mhm.
that's the
Oh,
one thing that gets a lot of truck drivers blood pressure.
why?
So, um, I don't know
Is
that.
it
I don't know
stressful?
exactly.
Maybe stress.
stress, diet, just whatever causes blood pressure to run high. Mine's always a little bit over,
Hmm.
and they'll and if it's more than a little bit, what'll happen is instead of going every 2 years to get your DOT physical, they can bring you in once a year, once every 6 months, once every 3 months. Contracting work. You can work for contracting companies where you're actually not working for them. They've either just got a truck for you to get in, or like the moving companies, the ones that moves that
Hmm.
delivers the new trucks to the companies,
Hmm.
or the old auctioned off trucks to the docks to be shipped overseas. Which I've done that. That was pretty decent.
Okay. And how often do you get home?
I have to stay out 30 days. I have to stay out a minimum
Okay.
30 days, but I normally stay out around 45 ish.
Okay. And then you're home for how long?
In the summertime, I just do 34-hour restarts and I come right back out. Yeah, the rest of the year, I'll go in and stay anywhere from 5 to 12 days, whatever I choose.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
I stay out 45 days, so I get to stay home at least 5 days. But they never. Usually stay home at 12. They don't never say anything.
Is that the average?
Okay.
So,
But now
um,
my kids are grown. Both of my kids are grown.
me too. Me
Yeah,
too. I have one, and he's 31. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah. Um, I somebody asked me to ask you who's on first.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
So
That's not an inside joke.
I don't know. I don't know
Okay.
anything.
Okay. Well, yeah. Somebody asked me to ask you who's on first. So,
Me?
I guess so. Yeah. Yeah. Me too. Okay. Tell me one place you will not wheel to.
One place I won't drive. There's nowhere I won't
Mhm.
drive. I'll
Nowhere?
drive anywhere. Nowhere.
Yeah.
I
Mm.
don't like going to New York City. I don't like going to California State, but I will go.
Mhm. Now,
Okay, but
is
now
that
hang
because
on
of
just.
the uh-huh.
Now, if I did get something where I had to put the truck on a ferry and ferry across the water, that I would refuse. That I wouldn't do.
I didn't know that that was an option. But now that I think about it, yeah, I've like Lake Champlain in New York, upstate New York and going across. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Where is the most wild place you've been?
Um, Probably Detroit. Probably.
Mhm. Tell me about that.
Well, it's just the people that's out on the sidewalks. A lot of, and now Oregon, Portland's another one. It's just the people that's out walking around. There's some places where you want to lock your door. There's some places you don't want to go slow. Detroit's just is just not a friendly place. It's not real
Yeah.
friendly. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that was one of our bases when I was flying. And we used to call it the toilet,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it was they inside the
Wow.
Detroit airport. What's that?
Amber said I should have said the wild side. I guess the answer for that question, the wild side.
Okay. Kath is asking why are drivers so mean to the ladies at the fuel desk when they stop to get fuel? She used to work a fuel desk.
I don't know. I don't. Some drivers are just mean simply because it's who they are. It's just who they are. They think that uh, I don't know, like the world's in their way. That's
Mhm.
just the way some drivers are.
Okay. Is it a industry thing or?
It's just an impatient thing. It's just an impatient thing, and I don't think it's really industry. Well, it could be. It could be. They know when they walk out of that store, they're probably not going to see that person again.
Mhm.
Driving, it's about 80% of trucking.
Yeah. That's kind of funny. Now, I didn't ask, where were you born and raised?
Tennessee.
Tennessee. Okay. Is Tennessee still home?
Yeah. Yeah, it
Mhm.
always will be. I
You
think.
love it?
Yeah.
You've been all around the country, and I get asked this question.
Part of the country that I like. As far as narrowing it down, I couldn't because there's parts of California that I like for the views, for the food, and it's the same with New York. It's not. There's something about each and every state that I enjoy being in. If it's
Mhm.
not nothing more than just what the landscape looks like.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, me too. I've been all around the world, and see, I live in the Rockies. I live in the mountain area of
Yeah,
Wyoming, and I have a just a 20-acre ranch, and I'll never leave.
yeah,
I love it, and I'll never leave here. Yeah,
right.
yeah. So, let me ask you a couple more things on here. Um, you never been to? Okay. Um, the other day you mentioned, hey, that guy's got train horns. I used to have train horns on my cab. Why the train horns and what happened?
Um, well, I asked with this company if I could put another set on there, and there's like, no. The thing is this is not automatic. It's not a manual. Before, when I had those particular train horns, I had the manual transmission, which means I could take and the air hose through the where the gear shifter comes up. There's a hole right there. No drilling necessary. So just run it through. With the
Perfect.
automatics, in order to set them particular train horns up, you've got to drill holes in the floor. They
Oh,
didn't. Yeah, and they was like, nah. So that's
yeah,
the
we're
reason
not
why I don't
having
have.
that.
Yeah, that's the reason why I don't have the big train horns now.
So, is that your personal truck, or is that the company's truck?
Nice company's truck. If it was my personal
Okay.
truck, I would have the train horns. Yeah.
Okay. I got a big giggle off of that when you said that the other day. I really, really did. And uh, what happened earlier today before we went live to you? You were driving.
We was almost in a crash. They was a it was the company Baja. He waited until I was about like this right here and come over. I mean, that was close. That was close. He nearly run me off. I actually went over the line to keep him from hitting me. I was coming around him. I don't know if if he was if his prejudgment was off. I don't know if he even looked or if he
Hmm.
just didn't care. But he put his signal light on and shot over, and I was right there. It was feet. It was just a couple of feet from actually hitting the front of the truck.
Oh my gosh! Did you go have to kick a tire after that?
No, but I did let out a bad word or two.
Oh, I bet. I bet. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
do you ever get to cook when you're on the road?
Do I ever what?
Get to cook.
I do. I've got a refrigerator in here. I've got different stuff that I've got a 1 eye electric burner. I've got like the George Foreman grill, which it's
Hmm.
not a George Foreman, but that's what it's like.
Hmm.
Bring out with me. I'm gonna see if I can get myself because I don't really like doing the 1 eye burner. I don't like doing that one.
Mhm.
Being that it's
Mhm.
electric, everything I've got to set down the floor because they've all got little, short cords. So everything I've got to set it down the floor, and I hate doing that. I hate
Have you
cooking
thought
on the
about
floor.
have you thought about an instant pot?
Somebody had mentioned that an instant pot, and I think that's kind of what that one is. It's kind of like an instant pot.
Okay. I use an Instapot quite often, because I'll do different styles of cooking, and
Uh,
I just love it. But there's a learning curve to it, big time
yeah.
learning curve. Yeah. Um. Uh. Tell me about the trucking community. Is it a tight community?
Not like it used to be. No, it ain't
Okay.
nothing what it used to be. Uh-uh.
What changed?
Um. Well, let's see what changed. I would I would think that when they switched it over to everybody has to mandatory go through trucking schools to get into the trucking industry. I think that had a lot to do with it. Cell phones, no people don't communicate on the CBs no more because everybody has their cell phones now. Um, now, and I'm going to say, you used to, if a driver come into a truck stop and had a hard time parking, 10 or 15 of them would get out and actually help. Nowadays, you're lucky to see one person get out and help. I only get out and help them now if they come up and ask. That's it. Because I have had
Why?
experience. I've had experience, getting out to voluntarily help somebody, and they get all kinds of attitude about it. It's like they're too proud to to be helped. They're too proud.
Mm.
They're better than that.
Bobby, have you ever had an accident to where your truck or an accident at all? Okay. Do you want to tell me about that a little bit?
I rear-ended another truck.
Oh, were you
Yeah.
tired?
Was I tired? No. Um, we, me and another driver from my company was coming back from Atlanta with a load of wood chips. We was three miles from the delivery, and we was on a pretty good long straightaway, and he was a distance up ahead of me. There was a car making a left hand turn. He
Mhm.
stopped, and when he stopped, he let off his brake completely. He was just sitting there holding the clutch, waiting for the car to turn. I'm coming down the straightaway. There's no brake lights, and by the time I realize that he's not moving, I'm
Mhm.
pretty close. Pretty close. Let's see. I reached up to grab my trailer brakes. So got it. I knocked it out of gear. I couldn't get it back in gear. So I'm running with 84,000 pounds trying to stop in neutral and couldn't get it stopped in time. When I hit him, he was not holding his brakes, so he hit the car in front of him too.
Oh no, any
Yeah.
injuries? Okay.
Now
Just your
I was
ego?
only doing about 25, I think, maybe 30 when I actually made
Mm.
contact. I watched the windshield spider web. Somebody's like, "Did you
Ooh,
close your eyes?" I said, no.
wow. You like to live
Me doing it was my grandpa before he passed away. When I would come in on my home times, he was always asking about places that I was, where I'm at, have I been here, have I been there, and I'm not real big on calling people all the time. Not real big on it. No matter who it is, I'm just not real big on
Mhm.
phone calls. And he's like, "You don't call. I'm worried about you," and blah blah and blah blah. So I found out about live streaming on YouTube, and I was like, "Well, wait a minute. I can set this up. He can see exactly where I'm at any time of the day that he wants to, and he can see that because he didn't get out and travel around much. He traveled around within a certain radius of their house, and that was it.
Mhm.
That do talk much. I didn't talk much. So I didn't say much. I would just drive. Maybe it's the same thing. They're older, or they just haven't had the opportunity to get out and look and watch. And so I left it going, and it's just kept growing. It's kept growing from there.
That's terrific. And, are you have you made, like, some real good friends? I have.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I've met a
yeah.
lot of people. I've met over 100 people, over 100, face to
Is that
face.
right? Wow.
If
Okay, so
I think I seen Gary in here. He keeps count of it. I don't know how many over 100 that I've met, but I do know I've met over 100 face to face, shake hands.
that's terrific. Now, you stopped in Wyoming a couple weeks ago,
Yeah,
and you got into a truck that I'm familiar with FUBAR.
yeah, yeah.
Why did you do that?
Um, I don't know because that's something I don't do. I don't do that very often. Well, I never do that actually. Let me rephrase that. I never meet up with anybody out here and get in the car with them and leave. I don't do that. Never have and probably never will. But
Mhm.
I've watched his channel a bunch, and I don't know. I just thought it would be something interesting to take the channels and put them together and run a night, something like that right there.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. So,
And
go ahead.
I enjoyed especially the last night. I really enjoyed that because I think I rode with him 3 times now. That last
Uh-huh.
time it was awesome.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah. And of course,
Now,
I do have a short up on the channel where I moved his truck that night.
hey, oh, so you've been in that driver's seat too.
Yeah, they got on the walkie-talkie and talked me into it.
Okay. Okay. Nice.
Yeah,
Nice. So, how many cars, personal cars, do you have?
just one,
Just one.
just one.
And how long have you had it?
Um, the one that I've got right now, I don't maybe a year, maybe ish.
Okay. How many miles have you put on it, do you think?
Oh, I
4?
hadn't put. Yeah, maybe maybe 100 tops. I didn't put a lot on there.
Okay. Okay. And then when you go home, do you just stay home?
When I go in on this home time, no, San Antonio.
Okay.
I do as much as I can. So yeah, San Antonio. What was that? 3 nights ago, or maybe 4 nights ago. Then
It wasn't long ago.
uh,
It wasn't long ago. It
by yourself. Now, if you've got somebody in the truck with you, it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot different. When you're in the truck by yourself, I mean, it's solitude. You get out,
Mhm.
you meet a lot of people. There's some drivers that's out here. They do, they are still old school. Get out and talk to the other truckers. You meet a lot of people at the different stops that you go to. But all in all, you're in the truck for most of the day, and generally by yourself. Well, you might be on the phone, like how we are right now. You can do the video calls, but that's all it is. It's a screen versus a screen.
Yeah. I live very remote. I actually live in the back country. I live 8 miles off of a highway that you don't drive very often.
Yeah,
And, so my social life is this right here.
yeah.
And, I call my chat the FOD. They're my friends on demand. You know, I
Friends
turn
on
on my
demand.
phone, there they are, it's the FOD. Yeah, welcome to
Yeah.
the FOD, by the way. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And, uh, how often do you get out this way?
Um, yeah. Well, Wyoming in general, if it's not summertime, usually quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Usually,
Do you get up here into the mountains?
um, I don't know. Where is it that you said you was at?
I'm between Pinedale and Jackson.
I'll have to look it up.
Okay.
I, I
Because
don't
if
keep
you
none
ever
of this.
do,
I don't keep none of this stuff locked into my memory.
okay. Well, if you ever do, we've got right out here at the highway, we've got a nice truck pad, and I can come pick you up on the buggy, and I'll bring you back, and I'll cook a nice dinner for y'all.
Okay. Um, let's see. And I've been to Idaho Falls. I think quite a bit.
Okay. Yep. 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 That's where we do our big grocery shopping.
Yeah. So I mean, I've
Hmm.
been in that area. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I don't get up into them mountains per se, but I do get up and
Hmm.
around that area.
Okay.
Billings, Post Falls, Idaho Falls, stuff like that. I
Hmm.
do.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, you know how to get a hold of me if you ever come down this way.
Yeah.
um, Bobby, what is the number one thing on your bucket list?
Let's see. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it here lately.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, put that in the back of your mind for a minute. Yeah, and just stew on it.
Yeah.
um, uh, what is your most favorite thing to do? And
Jeez, man. To the point to where I can't do it because when I go fishing, I lose sight of the entire world. I don't care about anything around me. I don't care about anything behind me. I don't care about nothing in front of me. That's my actual
Mhm.
number one favorite thing to do. But it's such an addiction that I can't do it out here.
Mm, yeah. You know,
Yeah.
I like to fish, but I don't like touching them. They're too floppy, and yeah, I can't handle that. Yeah, I
Right.
throw on the line. I like to do that, and then I like to reel it in. But no, there has to be somebody who can do with the floppy fish.
That's the way Tasha is. I have to pull all of them off the hook for her. She won't touch them.
Uh-uh. Yeah, it's a little too much sometimes for the girly girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she
Hmm.
loves the fish, but she will not pull one off the hook. She won't even
Okay.
hold,
Yeah.
she won't even like hold the bass in the mouth. She won't do that at all.
I don't blame her. She's a good woman. So, Bobby, where are you going to go after this?
From Las Lunas, I'll be dropping back down to Array, New Mexico, picking up another popcorn load, coming somewhere back out here in the southeast.
Hmm.
It's that's all.
Okay.
That's all I do. It's just like that right there in the summertime. Just
Mm,
it's an oval.
wow. Yeah. Um, how much longer are you gonna keep trucking?
I would I would like to be done in the next 5 years. I would love to be done in the next 5 years.
Mm. And
Maybe less.
does that mean to
Huh?
retire for good? Does that mean to retire for good? Okay.
I would
And
like to be. But now just because I would like to be doesn't mean I'm gonna be. But I would like to
right.
be. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, I see. Um, now, where's my list here? Just a moment. I think I have one or two more questions. Um, I can't read my writing for that one. Um, do you have a couple more minutes that we can take some questions from the chat?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, does anybody have any questions for Bobby? Gotta wait. Gotta wait. Yeah. TRG is it New Mexico?
What's that?
TRG is it New Mexico?
Oh, truth or consequences? Yeah, that's
Oh,
just a
okay.
that's just about where I'll be going to pick my next load up at. It's truth or consequences.
Okay. Okay. Nikki wants to know, what do you think of Ohio?
I love Ohio for fishing. I love to go fishing in Ohio.
Yeah.
That's one of the better states in America to go fishing at.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh. Now, let's see. Matthew wants to know, how do you like your truck?
I like it. I need a new seat, but other than that, well, I wish they would speed it back up to where it was at. But it might be a good thing today. Might be a good thing that they had me cut back because I would have been probably in the ditch today had I been doing 74 rather than 70. Because that
Oh my gosh.
that 4 mile an hour difference put me backward as far as the drive goes. So, but no, I like it. I like it.
Well, I think the good Lord was looking out for you too.
Yeah,
That's just
yeah.
my opinion. Yeah. Um, does your wife go on the road trips with you at all?
She don't come out that much anymore. She used to all the time when
Mm-hmm.
when we first got together. She stayed in the truck with me all the time. And about 2 years ago, she pretty well hits everywhere, all the states, and I guess it started getting a little bit more boring for her. So she stays at the house most of the time now. She might come out
Okay.
for a month,
Okay.
maybe 2 months, and then she'll go back home for the rest of the
Hmm.
year.
Now, does she know that you're sitting down doing this chat with me?
I don't know. She
Okay.
might.
Well, she will.
Might- yeah, she will. I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't mention it. I forgot or didn't think about
Okay.
mentioning it to her. But she comes in.
Um.
She comes in and watches the stream. So I know for the last 3 days or 4 days where I've mentioned it.
Hmm.
So yeah, she probably
Hmm.
does. She don't
Yeah.
come in and chat a lot.
Okay. Well, one more question that I have for you is, I used to watch this program on trucking, and that's kind of what got me interested a little bit. Like, I like to follow the truckers. And
Yeah.
oh shoot, see, Bobby, I have MS, and I do, and I tell people I have a broken brain because sometimes it just doesn't work here.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember now. Do you do you have to schedule loads, and do you pick up loads during the haul your haul so that you can make some extra money, or how does that work?
It's 100% company scheduled. The company
Okay.
they get my loads for me. They tell me where to go pick them up at and where to take them to and the time frame to get them there.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
owner operators now they pick their own loads and they decide where they want to go and all that. But I just drive for the company, so they call me up. They'll say, "Go pick up this load here, take it here. We've got another load that'll pick up here and go there." Yeah.
Mhm. Is your do you have a like a buffer? A buffering time that you have so long to get from point A to point B?
Yeah, all my loads have scheduled times. Like
Okay.
this one, I don't know. I think it's I don't even know how long they give me. Hang on a second. See, this one picked up yesterday in Shelbyville, Tennessee, and it's due in Los Lunas on the 29th.
Mm.
I think what today's the 27th.
Hmm.
which they still don't have an appointment time set. I don't know why.
Well, now, without getting into politics too much, because I try to keep politics out of the chat, just because it gets people arguing.
Yeah.
But there has been a few different convoys
Uh huh.
for supporting one was, I think, supporting President Trump, and then there was another one in Canada. Does
Yeah.
any of that tickle your fancy, or or how does that work?
Well, okay, like the not the last one that they had, but the real popular one that they had over the whole COVID deal.
Hmm.
I run into that particular convoy a couple of times. Once was it Post Falls, Idaho? I think I hung out with them for the weekend. But as far as
Hmm.
driving and riding with them, I can't do anything like that.
Yeah, yeah. I would think that that would really mess up your schedules.
Yeah, yeah, because they run, what is it? I think it was somewhere between 30 and 50 miles an hour down the highway for from one stop to the next, and I've got to run full force. So
Hmm. Hmm. How long do you get to take a break for? Say if you need to go
uh,
kick a tire. I'm going to start
um,
saying that.
as far as through the day, I don't have any kind of scheduled breaks to take. I stop when I want to. If I want to take 15 minutes, I do. If I want to take 30 minutes, I do. Um,
Hmm.
Now, if I plan on driving for 11 hours today, then I do have to stop. Um, preferably, preferably 4 hours after I start driving. Okay, if I take a break previous to that 4 hours, say if I take okay, say this right here. Say we decided to do this
Hmm.
2 hours ago. Okay, I would have to go before my shift's over. I would have to do another 30-minute break somewhere down, in a few hours. Uh,
Hmm.
uh, uh,
Would you come? Would you come back?
come what to the channel? What do you mean? Yeah,
Do this again with me?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely,
Okay.
most definitely. Yeah,
Okay. So I can call you in a couple months and say, "Hey, let's do it again."
for definite.
Oh, I'd love it. I'd love it. Well, Bobby, I know that I've had you for 70 minutes now. Do the
Hang on,
boom. Let's
just
go for
yeah.
it.
Boom! You guys and gals and the phone.
Friends on demand.
Yeah, that caused me to lose it though. How much do we love y'all? Freaking bunches. There we go. Freaking bunches.
I
I,
love
no-
it.
I noticed a few minutes ago everybody was like, we want the boom, we want the boom, we want the boom.
Mhm. Yeah. And you know what's something that we like to do over here is get it.
Anytime, anytime.
And I'm gonna jump in your chat anytime. Just say hooty hoo. Yeah.
I'll know what it is now. I'll know what it is
There
now.
you go. Yeah. And make sure Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm live at 4 p.m. Mountain Time. Feel free to come and join us.
Okay.
We have a good
All right.
time. Yeah.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and
Okay, guys.
Thursday.
Mhm.